Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. Got a couple of Coyote matchups today, both involving the ladies. Jason Thompson down in Bay Minette for Coastal South and Delgado. Here it is Coastal North and Albany Tech. Titans and Coyotes. And the opening tip controlled by the Coyotes. Goodman giving to Murph. Murph bringing it out of the corner. Walks it out to near midcourt to set up the offense. Over to Young, taking a look at that lineup for the Coyotes. Taylor Murph, to Jay Young, Tiffany Goodman, Tamira Smalls, and Tashana Key. All on the floor. First for Albany Tech, Carlos Johnson, Janiah Johnson, Jakaya Little, Kamara Robinson, and Silvana Davis. Well, you might recall a year ago these two teams met here. What was interesting, as that is banked off the window by Johnson. What was interesting about that meeting a year ago was the fact that there was a little squabble on the floor, and it eventually resulted in the suspension of some Albany Tech Titans for coming off the bench. And the other thing impressive about that particular day was the discipline of the Coyotes not to come off the bench. So as a result, nary a Coyote suspended, and a handful of Titans had to sit out a game. Five-zip advantage. That'll go out of bounds off Johnson. Albany Tech jumping out to the 5-zip lead. They are 2-0 against the ACCC. Goodman, much needed from the elbow, misfires. Johnson with the rebound. 3 off the rim. Saved in the corner, but saved into the hands of the Titans. There is contact underneath. And let's see what was called. It was the offensive on Carlos Johnson. So the Coyotes almost 2 minutes in, looking for their first bucket of the game. Key working her way down low, commits the foul. By the way, my apologies for a raspy voice. Sat out in the cold to call Bayside Academy football last night in Selma. And that's what I'm blaming. Got a handful of Fisherman's Friend, which I've been told is the cure-all for throat issues. We'll see. 3 no good from Davis. Down front it goes to Young, given to Smalls. Young back with it. Well, a little bit of a dry spell as you got a foul called. Goodman taking it inside. But here's the good news for the Coyotes. Yep, there is a little bit of a dry spell scoring-wise. 2.5 minutes in with nothing yet. But on the other hand, Albany Tech not a sizable lead. They haven't been setting the world on fire either. Goodman shooting. Favorable bounce to become the first point of the game for Goodman, a 48% free throw shooter on a 49% free throw shooting team. And Goodman will hit both. And just like that, 2.5 minute dry spell in just a 1-possession game. Down low with a move, no good for Little. It is rebounded by Robinson. Back to Robinson. Jumper from the corner, misfiring. That is Little. Stolen away by Small, and Goodman on the trip down gets fouled. That'll be charged to Little. Coyotes put it in play from the baseline on the opposite end of the floor. Noisy crowd on hand, not necessarily a big one, but enthusiastic. Wow, there was a miss too by Small, not on the shot, but just on the opportunity. Goodman with the first field goal, and it is 5 for ATC, and Goodman with 4. Davis to Little, and then eventually down low, banked off the window by Davis. Over it goes to Young. Murph making her way to the paint. A little bit short on the shot. The board is snagged by Davis. Out of control, Johnson in the paint. By the way, speaking of Bayside Academy and Southside Selma in high school football last night, Southside Selma, who had never in almost 60 years been to the third round, win their third round game last night. End of the year for Bayside Academy. And Southside Selma advancing on to take on Houston Academy. Tonight we got Lennox into the game. Out will come Young for the Coyotes. Tried by Davis, not there. Rebounded by Murph. And Murph walked with it. Just lost the dribble. Then tried to pass off to avoid the walk. But she gets charged with the travel. It will be Titan basketball. Last game for us before the Thanksgiving holidays. Not for the Coyotes, though. They've got a Monday venture over to Boll Weevil Country, taking on Enterprise State on Monday. Long three, too long for Little. And Keith throws it away, trying to get it to Goodman. That's brought us to the first media timeout. 4:54 left to play here in quarter number 1.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Coming out of the media timeout, another three. That one splashed in. Carlos Johnson. Had to wait for that ponytail to swoosh so I could make out the number on the back of the jersey. Six-point Albany Tech lead. Murph Nice feed to Key. Off the glass, ripped down by Robinson. Robinson trying to feed it over to Davis, but got out of control, and you got the offensive foul call. Ava Riley coming into the game for the Titans. Also Tanaya Peoples. And Janiah Evans coming in. I mentioned this is the end of the road where pre-Thanksgiving basketball is concerned on JockJive, but following we'll give you a ton of it. The Thanksgiving Classic at South Georgia Tech. Murph trying to get it to Key, not sure Key was ready. 3 games the day after Thanksgiving, 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday as well. So if you like ladies basketball at the junior college level, check it out. Evans with a miss. Murph grabbing the rebound. Feeds over to Key. Key in the paint and trying to coax it in after the foul committed by Peoples. And that has got Key headed to the strike. Davis coming off the floor into the game is Tiara Tucker for the Titans. Key a 50-50 free throw shooter, averaging a couple of points per game. Her forte, the rebounds. Number 4 in the conference. Coastal North, the top rebounding team in Division II ACCC. Key with a couple of makes. Well, on Thursday, if you missed the excerpts from the ACCC press conference this week announcing flag football, we'll give that to you one more time at the half. Tipped out of bounds after the Tucker miss. So that is your halftime feature. And then after Thanksgiving, when we've got more Coastal Alabama coverage, we'll have new halftime stuff. Over to Goodman. Goodman scored the first 4 in the game, hasn't scored since. Of course, there's only been 2 since. The free throws by Keys. Lennox driving and dropping. Fed over to Evans. Trying to get the pass down low. Peoples, it was off Goodman. And then retrieved by Little fouled, putting it up. And the Titans will get their first trip to the line. Shakaya Little, the sophomore at 5'7". Titans with an 0-1 road mark. Meanwhile, the Coyotes 1-3 here at home. Little expanding the lead to 4. Stolen away from Murph, reaching in, trying to get it back is Murph Little, the recipient of the foul. Coyotes trying to make it 2 in a row after the win. The impressive one on Thursday against Elgato. By the way, speaking of that Bayside loss last night, I guess that officially puts an end to our football coverage. Got one more team still involved in football, Georgia Military. And Lennox putting a hand on Riley. But Georgia Military will be in a semifinal matchup, and I think that's already covered. by ESPN, either their main network or ESPN Plus. Got a timeout on the floor. It's of the 30-second variety. 2:15 to play. Quarter number 1, visitors by 4. That is the Coastal North trainer. Here before, during, and after all games to make sure that everybody is taped up properly. If they get banged up during the course of the game, she hops up immediately. It is kicked on the inbounds by Young. So it'll be put in play again. New into the game is Ariel Gilchrist for the Coyotes. Put in play from the baseline by Evans. Into Peoples, rejected, but rejected into the hands of Tucker, and Tucker lays it up and in. Over to Young, giving a look down low. Small, well covered. Tucker, Gilchrist through the fingertips of Key. And it's Tucker on the other end of the floor. The spin move off the window. The putback is good from Evans. Titans doubling the Coyotes' output. Jumper by Goodman, and she'll draw the foul. So Tiffany Goodman to the strike. And the first 4 of the game for the Coyotes, looking for her first point since. It has been about a 6-minute dry spell for Goodman. Averaging 9 points per game. Goes 1 of 2, 3 of 4 overall. Into the game, Shantae Sanders, Kylie Crusoe. Keys and Gilchrist coming out. Top side to Peoples. Off on the 3 try, it'll go into the corner, out of bounds. And the Coyotes with an opportunity to get over the double-digit mark. In play to Goodman. Crusoe in the corner. And it is swatted out of bounds by Tucker. Tucker is a lengthy 5'9". His long arms make that 5'9" frame look a little deceptive. Over to Crusoe, fires it to Sanders. And Sanders traveled. Riley bringing it down the floor for the Titans. Inside a minute to go here in quarter number 1. Out of the corner comes Tucker. Puts up the two-hander. Peoples had it, lost it. Sanders grabs it. Goodman to the right side, bringing it down low. Let the defense go by. Got the look, couldn't get it to fall. And there is a reach on the trip in. That is Goodman charged with the foul. And it'll be a two-shot foul with Riley to the stripe. Riley, the freshman. Albany Tech out of a GCAA Region 17. And of course, the Coyotes from the ACCC Region 22, which, by the way, might not be the ACCC next year. They're going through an evaluation. It is a paid-for evaluation, by the way. A marketing firm tasked with new names for the conference. Off of the Lennox three. Riley's got it. Off the glass, Tucker. Stripped away. Short once, but not twice. Evans the bucket. There's a foul as well. That'll be charged to Sanders, who picks up two quick fouls. And Evans with an opportunity for a three-point play. Get a chance to grow the lead to double digits. Sanders with a rebound. And the Lennox shot makes it to the other end of the floor, but doesn't find the cylinder it's looking for. One quarter in. Albany Tech by 9.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. We don't care where you've been, only where you're going, and how we can help you get there. Here, instead of getting lost in the crowd, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, Coyotes. You'll experience new possibilities and emerge stronger, more knowledgeable, together. That's the Pack. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Peoples has it in the paint, feeds over to Tucker. Tucker's shot altered by Smalls. Rebound, Mitchell, and the Mitchell miss is the Smalls board. Over it goes to Young. Thrown away, Lennox trying to get it over to Young. Titans again trying to expand the lead to double digits. Again, the Coyotes prefer no. Fed into the paint, Evans, Tucker trying to bang it off Crusoe and did. So the Titans will still have possession on this end of the floor. Only one game today here and in Bay Minette. The ladies only in Bay Minette. Jason Thompson on the call with Delgado and Sal. Nice move by Lennox. That's 4 in the game for Lennox. Turnaround jumper, Peoples dips it in and out. Rebounded by Mitchell. Drives to the glass and gets the 2. Lennox over to Young. Back it goes to Lennox. Feeds to Young. Timeline right side. Smalls with it down low. Crusoe out front. Stolen away by Tucker. Evans to the Titan into the floor. There is the 3-ball in and out for Riley. Jump ball, and the possession arrow's got us going to the other end of the floor. Here comes Key back into the game. Smalls will go out. Shot over to Sanders. Back out front, it goes to Lennox. Resets the offense for the Coyotes. Young, three-pointer. Got her first of the game. That'll take a sizable bite out of a 9-point lead. Mitchell out front to Peoples. Peoples bringing it down low. The bigs battling, and the foul is called on Key. No bucket. 2 shots for Peoples. Riley coming out of the game. Janiah Johnson, the number 5 scorer in the GCAA, back in. Peoples hits both. Lennox with it out front, barking out directions over and goes to Goodman. Dropped in by Goodman, 6. Make that 7 now in the game for Goodman. Coming in, averaging a little over 9 already. A bucket away from that. Peoples with it. Goes over to Tucker. Tucker with a long 2, not quite long enough. Rebounded by Goodman. Over to Lennox, shoots the 3, trying to bank it. Keys with a board. There is contact, and Key will shoot 2. So Key back at the stripe, went 2 for 2 her last trip there. Getting her 7th start of the year. Eight points a game. I think I mentioned earlier 2 points per. It's 8 per. The 2 per was for the lady beneath her on the stat sheet, Crusoe. Bringing it inside, Evans trying to bank it, not there. The putback wouldn't fall either for Mitchell. Coyotes trying to make it a 1-possession game. Shot to Key, short. Johnson with it. Drives down low, banks it off the window, but walked first. Trio of ladies coming in, 2 wearing black, 1 wearing gold. The Titans, it is Robinson and Little back in. And for the Coyotes, it is Murph coming back in. Young out front, over it goes to Lennox. Lennox on the floor, feeds to Murph, baseline move, trying to feed it over to Sanders. Reading it was Johnson. And she got the steal and eventually drew the foul. So the Titans put it in play from the near sideline. Evans with a drive. The offensive is called and the bucket will not count. Ran over Murph. The original schedule had, and now we've got a technical. It was almost coming. And I think the official went over to say, okay, now we got to tone it down, and it didn't get toned down. Instead, it was ramped up a little bit and teed up is the Albany Tech coach. And then we'll have Lennox shooting technicals. She'll get the first. Well, a technical midway through the second means coach has got to really quieten it down for the remainder of the game, or you go. 2 techs turns into an ejection. It is a 1-possession game. Fed nicely to Goodman, banks it off the glass. It's a 1-point contest. Off the glass from Robinson. And we're going to the other end of the gymnasium floor. Compliments of a Tucker foul. And that'll bring us to the second media timeout of the game. The first one in the second, as the Coyotes have drawn to within 1.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Coyotes trying to take their first lead of the game. They'll do it on the Lennox 3. Albany Tech had scored the first 5 in the game and led ever since. And a foul committed by Tucker after the steal. It'll be put in play from the opposite sideline. Davis getting ready to come into the ball game. Well, and Goodman was already waiting at the stripe, so maybe she was the only one that knew would be shooting free throws. The officials had it on the near, then the far sideline, and then realized, wait a minute, she is right. One of two goes Goodman. Fed over into the corner. 3 ball is an air ball from Johnson. Rebounded by Lennox. Young back to Goodman. Spins, feeds to Young. Shoots the 3. Short. Able to get it back, and she's fouled by Robinson. So Young shooting. Young, a 46% free throw shooter, 9 points a game. And I dare say many of the 9 coming off the 3. She's the 5th best percentage-wise three-point shooter in the conference. Couple of misses. And there is a walk, but I think the walk was created by the buzz. Let's see if there'll be any consideration as a result of the buzzer. Apparently that ended 30 seconds. And it will be Titan basketball. Johnson with a miss on the 3 try. And Goodman will reach in and get a hand on the forearm of Little, trying to put it back up and in. And Little shooting. Gets the first, turns it into a 2-point game. 3 minutes, 44 seconds away from halftime. 1 of 2. Murph with the 2-pointer. Off the mark. Off all kinds of fingertips. Johnson eventually has it. And the lay-in that ties it up by Little. Goodman coming out of the corner, goes out front to Young. Around the horn, Murph with it. 3 ball off the rim by Goodman. Drive to the glass and dropped in by Riley. Titans get the lead back. Lennox shooting for 3. Hits it, got hit. Has a chance for 4. So Lennox trying to cap off a 4-point play. Back to a 2-point Coyote lead. Lead seesawing here in the latter stages of the second. Over to Johnson, puts up the long 2 after thinking about the 3. Off the rim twice. Loose ball, Murph trying to get to it. Let's see who the whistle and foul is on. And that is going to be charged to Murph. It'll be put in play from the baseline. And I think Coach Mandy Armstrong going, are you sure? Let me explain what happened. She went there, ball went there, she dove for that. Well, the officials keep it on this end of the floor. Into the paint, off the glass for two, Davis. Given to Smalls, it is stripped away, but there's a foul in the process, and that'll be charged to Trinity Hardy. Tamira Smalls, the #1 rebounder in the ACCC at the stripe. Breaks apart the 29-all game. One of two goes Smalls. And I think somebody leaned into the paint early for the Coyotes. Riley down the floor for the Titans. And that is a walk out front. That moment of trying to decide whether to put it up or put it on the floor by Davis. Over to Goodman, sends it to a wide open Young in the corner, off the rim on the three try. And Key's going to pick up the foul that knocks down Davis. And we are into the bonus. So a Titan shooting, it'll be Davis at the stripe. Davis, a sophomore, 5'9". We'll try to tie it up with 1:37 to go in the half. And I think again, a Coyote got into the paint a little bit early, so we'll get another try from the stripe by Davis. Makes good on that one. Davis coming out of the game. Shania Farmer is in. Key out for the Coyotes. And Sanders is back into the game. Tied up at 30 with 90 seconds to play in the half. And it goes to Young. Back to Goodman. Lennox with it. Thought about the three. Puts it up from the elbow. Banks it. Coyotes by 2. Riley with a drive. And Johnson coming in over everybody to grab it, put it back up and in. Top side to Young, given to Smalls, turn around, that's about a foot short. 37 seconds remaining in the half. Riley lost the dribble, out of bounds it goes. And last got Riley. So with a half minute remaining, Titans to put it in play from the near sidelines to Riley. Give it to Farmer and back to Riley. Johnson. And Young reached in and committed the foul. So Johnson trying to break the 32-all game. Couple of Johnson free throws. And a 2-point game. Back to Lennox, looks to the sidelines. Mandy Armstrong with instructions. Game clock winding down. That's an off-balance shot, and that will put it in to the half. It is halftime, and at the half, Titans by 2. Well, we promised you that press conference in a reduced version. Excerpts from the Tuesday press conference that told us about the ACCC introducing flag football to the conference next year. That conversation is your halftime feature coming up.
But today we're gathered to announce and celebrate the official start of women's flag football beginning in the fall of 2025. This new and exciting sport is going to bring additional opportunities to female student athletes and provide that additional opportunity for them to continue the sport that they love. As we have seen, and you will hear more later, the sport has exploded on the Parks and Recreation level, as well as the high school athletic association in our state. In 2024, the AHSAA will have 113 teams competing for a state championship. That is a 289% increase from 2021. The conference felt the need that we needed to capitalize on that growth and popularity while providing female student athletes an opportunity to continue the sport that they love. And I keep saying provide an opportunity for female student athletes, and that's what drove this a lot. This process actually began in the fall of 2021 with the High School Association gradually growing high school flag football. And we started that communication with our member presidents and athletic directors. As we gauged the local interest in the sport as well as the national landscape, we felt that flag football was a very viable option for us. This past summer, we were able to meet with Steve Brown and Natalie Norman with the Alabama Recreation and Parks Association, as well as Alvin Briggs, who was then the executive director of the High School Association. The National Junior College Athletic Association certified this sport 3 years ago, and our sport will be played in the spring along with NCAA and NAIA teams. The spring season will consist, or may consist, of a maximum of 16 games with 2 scrimmages. And our conference members may award up to 15 tuition fee and books scholarships. Teams will also be allowed a fall season, which they may consist of practices and 4 scrimmage dates as well. At this time, I would like to introduce NFL Flag Executive Director and CEO of RCX Sports, Isaiah Reese. Mr. Reese is a native of Dothan and an alumnus of UAB, where he excelled in football as a safety and actually looked like you could still guard somebody running a post. He was then drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in 1998 and went on to play 7 NFL seasons with 3 teams. He was a class of 2024 inductee in the UAB Sports Hall of Fame, and it's my honor and privilege to introduce Mr. Isaiah Reese.
Thank you. I think every time I get the opportunity to be a part of something like this is definitely an exciting moment, and Dean definitely covered a lot and made my job real easy up here. And I do want to acknowledge the Alabama High School Athletic Association. And that's where it kind of started, and started with the NFL and having this opportunity to oversee NFL flag on their behalf. And I took over that position, back in 2019, and we all know what kind of happened around that time, unfortunately. But 2 of the things that they looked at is let's make sure that all kids are having that opportunity to play and participate at all levels. And also, we want you to make it a high priority for females to have the opportunity to play flag football. And so we were spinning our wheels on how we're going to get more young ladies wanting to play this sport. And it became clear to me the first time I saw an NFL flag tournament and I saw those young ladies playing. And you could see the passion, no different than when I played the game of tackle. But what you didn't see was a path. They didn't have a path to continue to play. So you had teenagers playing, you had girls of all ages. They got a chance to play and be a part of NFL flag in select locations, but they didn't have a path to continue to play. So now to be a part of it and hearing Dean speak about all these phenomenal opportunities that are now going to come at the junior college and community college level here in the state, along with NAIA that's been mentioned and NCAA that's been mentioned, that's how it kind of all came about. And I'm fortunate that the NFL said, yes, let's support this, let's help it grow. Let's work with all collegiate associations. Let's work with intramurals. Let's work with high school associations. And so I live in Atlanta now, and I was there when they announced that they were sanctioning the sport. And a few weeks after that, I called Alvin and Alabama High School Athletic Association, and I said, hey, if we could get this sanctioned in the state, would you do it? 2 seconds, absolutely. I immediately called the Atlanta Falcons. And I said, hey, they want to launch it in the state. Would you support it? Absolutely. And that's where we are. And to see this kind of growth that we're seeing in the state, I think you said 200+% of growth. Nationwide now, it's 100% growth year over year. So it's close to 50,000 high school young ladies playing flag football at the high school level, which is phenomenal. It is the fastest growing sport, arguably ever. There's never been a sport to grow that fast with females, and it continues to skyrocket. I'm on the call now with NCAA every other day. I told them about this announcement that was coming, and they were thrilled about it, because these young ladies that are playing at 2-year institutions, what do they want to do next? Go and play at 4-year institutions. So NAI and NCAA are thrilled about this announcement. And I know these young ladies are going to be thrilled when they hear about it that are playing in high school around this state and surrounding states now that this opportunity will exist. So on behalf of the National Football League, RCX Sports, the state of Alabama, my proud home state, and most of the people in this room, I commend you all and commend you, Dean, in leading this charge, and all the colleges that are coming on board of continuing to be a part of this movement and open this door for young women and giving them the opportunity to play. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce Natalie Norman, who is the Executive Director of the Alabama Recreation and Parks Association.
Thank you, Commissioner Meyer. Appreciate it. Most of these are blank, but don't worry. It is thick, but a lot of them don't have anything on it. So appreciate the privilege of being here on behalf of the Alabama Recreation and Parks Association and our foundation. We appreciate the privilege of being here for this announcement. It is huge from a grassroots perspective, which is where we come in. ARPA has our membership as municipalities and counties, Parks and Recreation Department. So it's a privilege for us. We can't use the word opportunity enough. We've heard it several times already. So this is giving us an opportunity to provide from a grassroots level. We have the student athlete at high school, we have the student athlete at the collegiate level, and we have the community athlete at the Parks and Recreation level. So it provides great opportunity for them, those participants, and how do we grow girls in sport. So a huge deal for our foundation, how do we grow girls in sport? I do know now that why I didn't get an umbrella escort this morning while it was pouring down rain. I was texting my friend Steve Brown over here and colleague, hey, could you have an umbrella and come help me out? And didn't hear from him, but then I got up here and a few minutes later he comes in with Isaiah. So anyway, know why I didn't get that response. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. At least it was Isaiah. I can understand that. We appreciate our relationship with NFL Flag through Parks and Recreation. 8 years ago, we probably had about 8 teams playing in our flag program. Since we've gone to NFL Flag, we run our recreational sports through ARPA. So since we've gone to NFL Flag over the last 4 years, we've grown, and we've heard big percentages, so 400% since then. We had less than 50 communities playing flag, and now we have over 500 teams playing flag. Not all girls, some boys. So we have approximately 250,000 kids playing through our Parks and Recreation departments through ARPA. 37% of those participants are girls. So for us, it's how do we grow that number? How do we get more girls in sport, and how do we grow that number? So our folks, our members, we're one of the largest providers of out-of-school time programming. So it's very important for us to offer a multitude of sports and a multitude of programs for our citizens. But how do we grow girls' sport in Alabama? How do we retain them? And how do we keep them playing in the game? Because 60 to 70% of those that are playing drop by the age of 13. So when you're talking about 37% of girls participating in 250,000, how do we keep that number at 92.5 participating, and how do we keep that 60 to 70% that drop, which is a big number in that? And that's a huge piece for us. And being involved with this is huge. Our foundation, we're looking to go into communities, and the reason why we're associated with this awesome announcement today is it helps us to provide the opportunity. And how do we provide the opportunity? We take away barriers. We take away, we make them affordable, accessible, and equitable, and we want our kids to be able to participate. And that's how we see that opportunity come to fruition. So through our foundation, we're providing multiple safe and age-appropriate athletic programs. We want to positively affect the underserved areas in our state. We're going into the underserved areas in our state. This is a huge piece for us to be able to say, hey, grassroots, high school, collegiate, and give them that vision, help them have that vision of where they can go in playing flag football. So it's our passion, it's our mission. I have with us, with our president of our foundation, Kay McCreary, over here. Kay played on the first softball team at Auburn University, played basketball for Auburn University, has 42 years in Parks and Recreation, and she's the president of our foundation board. Tommy Agee, raise your hand, Tommy. Tommy has over 26 years in the profession, Parks and Recreation, played football at Auburn University, War Eagle, and also was on two-time Super Bowl champion with Dallas. So more important than those things, though, are impacting the youth of our state. And I think I know them well enough to speak for them. So the most important thing is how do we impact the youth in our state. I want to thank Alvin Briggs, retired, for being here. Appreciate everything you've done. Steve Brown, thank you so much for everything you've done and getting this partnered and going. So we have the passion, right? It starts with passion. It's going to passion here, and we appreciate the passion y'all have enough to get this implemented and have it offered to our girls. So we want to provide that sense of teamwork and that sense of belonging to girls in sport, and that mental and physical wellness that all of our kids get through sport. And particularly now this will be in our Alabama Community College Conference. So big deal. So how do we grow it? We give them the opportunity, and we appreciate that. Thank you for doing this. And on behalf of Alabama Recreation and Parks Association and Foundation, it's our honor to be with you 100% and do whatever we can to help this move forward. So thank you. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, Natalie. We will be, highlighting this over the next few months. There'll be announcements coming out with the hiring of coaches and all of that. So our fall season will start September-ish, fall of 2025, and then our first official championship season will be the spring of 26. We do have schools that have expressed interest in coming in the fall of 26, so we do expect that number to grow. So again, thank you all so much for coming and your support of the conference, the system, as well as flag football.
Well, thanks again to Dean Myrick for allowing us the opportunity as our music is continuing to play and prompting the official to say, hey, bring that back over here and let's re-crank the second half. I don't know if we're going to get a reset of the clock, though. And no, we're waiting at the moment, not for a clock reset, but Goodman working on the sneakers, lacing them up. And now we will get second half action underway. But I was talking about the news conference that you heard excerpts from at halftime. That was a news conference on Tuesday in Montgomery at the Crampton Bowl, announcing the fact that the ACCC next year would have flag football. And there is definitely an energy around the sport. You can feel it there at the presser. Smalls with a miss, drops to the hardwood, and is rebounded by Robinson. Half number 2. Johnson off on the 3, try Smalls with a rebound. A little different look starter-wise for the Coyotes from one half to the other. You've got Young, you've got Goodman, and you've got Smalls. But you do not have Murph and Keys, and that could be because of foul issues. What you do have is Rihanna Jean and Lennox. Jean playing for the first time in the game, and Lennox obviously got a lot of playing time in the first half and was a productive member of that 32 points on the board for the Coyotes. Meanwhile, for Albany Tech, they do have the same 5 on the floor that began the game. The 2 Johnsons, Carlos and Janiyah, Little, Robinson, and Davis. Tipped out of bounds by Robinson. Jean DeYoung, Lennox with it. And it's certainly a height mismatch, trying to shoot it over Robinson. Young with the rebound, banked it off the glass. Over to Little, feeds down low. Robinson wide open. Jean giving it to Young. Back over to Jean with a down low look, then feeds to Goodman. Goodman with Johnson defending. Jean backing it out. Shot clock down to 5. Goodman off the rim, rebounded by Jean, and she'll walk with it. So it is Titan basketball. Jean coming out of the game. Sanders checking in. (36-34) visitors lead. We will see Albany Tech after Thanksgiving at that South Georgia Tech Thanksgiving Classic. And is Robinson fouled by Smalls. Let's see if I can remember who all is there. Of course, South Georgia Tech, Albany Tech. From the ACCC, Southern Union, Cape Fear, USC Salkehatchie. And it's kind of a round robin event that starts on Friday after Thanksgiving and ends on Sunday. 9 games in all, and we'll be there for each and every one of them. Fed over to Lennox. What a fake, but walked. Wow. Lennox pleading her case, and I did not, but the official said, yep, you did. Three-pointer off the rim for Johnson, tipped away. Robinson able to get it. Back over to Johnson. She will drop it in off the window. By the way, at the half in Bay Minette, as you got a Sanders walk. Coastal Alabama South, a 38-14 lead over Delgado. That is at halftime. Here a 39-34 ball game. Five-point Albany Tech lead. They jumped out to a 5-0 advantage to begin the ball game. Coyotes were able to battle back at 1 point. And a 4-point lead of their own. Never have had a double-digit lead, but it has been close. There was a 9-point lead at 1 point in the first stanza for Albany Tech. Foul called on Johnson. It'll be brought in from the near sidelines, nearly stolen away by Little. Young to put it in play. Able to get it to Gilchrist, who has checked into the game. Back over to Lennox. Shot clock to 3. Goodman tipped away, puts it up off the rim. Rebounded by Lennox, another opportunity for the Coyotes, as it is tipped out of bounds by Johnson. Lennox to put it in play. And Lennox complaining that there needs to be a little more separation between she and Little. Little backs up about a half step. And that'll be banged off Little's leg, and we'll do it all over again. And that is handed to Davis. And on the other end of the floor, Johnson with a miss, tracked down by Goodman. Over to Lennox. Back over to Lennox, fires the 3 ball. No good. Robinson grabs it. Little's got it, going the other way. And there is a blocking foul on Goodman. .39-34 game. Goodman slow getting up, but is up. Ja'Kiah Little, the sophomore, heads to the line. Your basketball on the day after Thanksgiving starts at, I think, 3 o'clock. So give you a little time to recover from that Thanksgiving meal. 3 o'clock on Friday, 3, 5, and 7 o'clock Eastern games. Same is true on Saturday, and then on Sunday, 1, 3, and 5 o'clock start times. Seven-point lead. Coyotes have gotten a bucket, and that's it in half number 2 in 5 minutes. Little charged with a foul. Young to put it in play. .5:29 to go. Quarter number 3. In play to Lennox. Young to Gilchrist. Goodman turns around, squares up, and then fires over to Lennox. She'll put up the 3, splashes it in. Knocks 3 off of that 7-point lead. Coyotes trying to win back-to-back ball games for the first time this year. Off the glass, no good for Davis. And it will stay in Titan hands. Titans coming in with a 4-2 mark. And we are to the media timeout. First one of the second half in a 4-point contest.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
In play to Johnson, the miss. Robinson there for the putback. Able to get around Gilchrist. And it is the Titans scoring first coming out of the media timeout. Small shooting after the foul. did take a quick look at top 25 college football at the half. Florida has beaten Ole Miss. That's the 9th-ranked team in the country falling. The 5th-ranked team in the nation, Indiana, falls to the number 2 Ohio State. So not unusual that we are going to see, again, a lot of changes in the top 10. Small one of 2. Junior college football, only 2 really big games on tap. One's a makeup game, Coffeyville and Butler. Coffeyville has won that one 15-14. And the other is the Southwest Junior College Football Conference. Navarro and Tyler, and we'll start at 4 this afternoon. Spin move, Gilchrist with a miss. Loose ball retrieved by Lennox. Into the corner to Young. Slides it down to Smalls. Got the look, couldn't get it to fall. Rebounded by Gilchrist, over to Lennox. Young out front. Smalls in the paint, kicks it over to Gilchrist. Stolen away by Johnson. And she will draw the foul of Young. Davis coming out of the game. Tiara Tucker checking into the contest for Albany Tech. Tucker had some quality first half minutes, getting her first second half minutes at the 3:40 mark. Her shot good for Johnson. Nearly 12 points a game for Johnson. 1 of 2. And Gilchrist trying to grab it. Dribbles it out of bounds. Little and company will have it. Johnson to put it in play from the baseline. Johnson from the corner. She will drop in the 3. Tipped away by Tucker. Coyotes to put it in play from the near sidelines. Lennox over to Gilchrist. Down to Smalls. Into the corner. Goodman. Outside of the arc, Lennox. She's got another 3. Double-digit performance for Lennox, as that'll go off Gilchrist and out of bounds. Haven't seen Murph or Keys in the second half, and again, speculating that's a foul issue for both. We will know for sure in the fourth. Have both come into the ballgame to begin the fourth, and pretty good sign that it has been foul trouble that's kept him off the floor in the third. In play by Little. Goes to Johnson. She's already hit one from there. Tries again. This one's short. Rebounded by Peoples, and the putback is there. Stolen away. Over goes to Johnson. Little spins, goes to the glass. Riley will bank it off the window. And we've got our first double-digit lead at 10. Gilchrist stolen away. Lennox broke one way. The throw went the other. Little takes it to the glass. And it has turned into a 12-point game. Goodman, tipped away by Gilchrist, retrieved by Johnson. Little over to Peoples, turnaround, banks it. 14-point lead. Shot no good. Johnson grabbing the rebound. Small able to deflect. Young to the glass. And Young shooting. (55-41). Close game has gotten separated by some distance here in the third. Just a 2-point halftime advantage. But a 14-point lead now, make it 13. As Young gets the first of two. One minute to go in the third. Fan down to Peoples. And that is off the side of the backboard. Smalls committing the foul. Tanaya Peoples, the 5'10" sophomore. Pushing the lead out to 13. Ava Riley getting ready to come into the game. Johnson getting ready to exit. Peoples 2 for 2. Murph into the game. So we are seeing Taylor Murph for the first time late in the third. For the first time in the second half. Down to Smalls. Murph's open from three-point range. Feels more comfortable with the two. Misfires. And that'll be tipped out of bounds. Smalls touched it last. Titans will have it put in play by Mitchell. Gives it to Riley, and Riley brings it to midcourt. Peoples, Small got a piece of it. Shot misses. Small rebounds, throws it out, but throws it out to the wrong color. The black jersey of Evans versus the gold jersey of Lennox. Into the corner to Riley, puts up the three, short on the shot. Lennox with it, and had Mitchell on her back. So we are in the bonus. Meaning Lennox will shoot. Trying to narrow this margin of 57-43. Albany Tech lead with 7 seconds remaining in the third. It has been a good day for Lennox. Averages 6 a game. She has got better than twice that. Hits both. Peoples didn't know how much time was left, or in this particular case, how much time wasn't left in the corner. We go to the fourth. It's the Titans by 12.
once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
Yeah, this isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Fourth quarter action gets underway. 10 minutes left to play in regulation and a 12-point Titan lead. Give it out to People, shoots over Key. Key back into the game. And again, thinking that she and Murph, we aren't privy to live stats, but they both had some foul issues in the first half. So either 3 or 4 each. But into the game now, so it is Key, Murph, Goodman, Young, and Smalls, the same 5 that started the game, beginning the fourth. Smalls from just outside. And it's a 10-point game. Off the glass, and there's the offensive. That will be charged to Evans. Over to Goodman, and she's bumped from the backside by Riley. So Goodman to put it in play from the near sidelines. Coyotes trying to trim it into single digits. The one was once a 14-point Titan lead that's been reduced to 10. Murph trying to get it to Key. Key couldn't hang on, able to get it back. Coyotes, Murph's got it, brings it baseline. Shot short. Tucker with the rebound, and then she took a shot to the jaw. I believe that is Key who committed the foul. Peoples over to Tucker. And Tucker walked. So another opportunity for the Coyotes to make it a single-digit ball game. Head down low, Key and easy too. Coyotes draw to within 8 with better than 8 to go. Riley over to Peoples, and she walked. Robinson back in, Little, Johnson. Johnson is in Carlos and Janaya. Back into the game. Tucker is the only one of the 5 that stayed. Down the Key. Pushes her way to the glass. Drew the foul of Robinson. So Key shoots with a chance to make it a 6-point game. Sat out all of the third with foul issues. Back into the game here in the fourth. Off the rim, rebounded by Tucker. Johnson to the timeline, works her way to the paint, feeds down low to Robinson. Just a great job of executing. Given over to Murph. Young's got it out front. Murph with it at the timeline, shoots the three short. Smalls with the rebound, back to Murph. And she will draw the foul. Murph trying to make it a 7-point game, 7:26 to play. First of a couple of meetings where these two teams are concerned. They will meet again on the 5th of December. As a matter of fact, for Albany Tech, it is their next home game. I have no idea what happened to my camera briefly. But we are back. (59-52). Just looked down and saw a dark screen. But back now, let's hope that doesn't rear its ugly head again. For one primary reason, I don't have another camera up here. Ah, yeah, I do. Forget that, I've got a couple of spares, so yeah. If something goes wrong, if it goes dark, we hope it'll be brief. Over it goes to Murph. Murph picking up the dribble, looking for a little help. Finds it in the form of Goodman. Brings it to the glass, one-hander not there. Smalls tracks it down, back over to Goodman. And then thrown away, trying to get it to Young. Lennox back into the game, and it is Murph who will come out. Timeout on the floor, and it is requested by Albany Tech. 6:02 to go in the game, and it is the Titans leading it by 11.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. Here, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. That's the pack. That's Coastal Alabama.
6 minutes, 2 seconds left to play. An 11-point Albany Tech lead as we get back to the action. Johnson with it. Gives over to Johnson. Carlos to Janaya. Back to Johnson. Feeds into the paint. Hardy with a miss. Rebounded by Key. Lennox to the glass. Miss. Smalls got it. Knocked down by Hardy. Non-shooting foul. It'll be brought in from the baseline. Well, the scoreboard doesn't indicate we're at the bonus. But Smalls at the stripe would indicate we are. She definitely was not in the act of shooting, so we must be. Yep. I'm looking, despite the fact we don't have the B on the board, we do have the 5 fouls underneath the Albany Tech side of the scoreboard. Couple of Smalls misses. And about halfway through the corner. Still an 11-point Titan lead. Off the glass, Little. And that lead, which was once 14, is almost there again. Nice pass, Key for 2. Off on the 3 try by Johnson. Over to Goodman. Off the glass. Riley wrapping it up, and then Key, Small, and Goodman. I'll get a hand on it. That's Hardy, actually, with the rebound. And that will take us to the media timeout. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left to play. Coyotes down by 11.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed, thrive. And soon, it will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here. And be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Tipped out of bounds by Johnson. 11 showing on the shot clock. Underneath the 5-minute mark in the 4th. Lennox trying to get it around that underestimated Tiara Tucker wingspan. Bucket good on the other end of the floor. The and one coming. And there may be more than one foul based on the officials chatting. Let's see. Well, there was a bucket made and a foul committed on the bucket, so Little's got at least a free throw on this end of the floor. Then there may have been offsetting technicals. Waiting for the officials to sort things out We need, I've mentioned this before where basketball is concerned, like you've got in football where they explain, turn on the live mic and explain what is happening. Well, and I think the scorekeeper is going, okay, explain to me what's happening. This, I believe, is for the foul committed on the bucket main. Little shooting the and one. And it is short. And now we'll go to the other end, and these apparently are the technicals. I believe Hardy was called for a technical. Typically when it's offsetting, though, when you've got a double T, nobody's shooting. So maybe just a single technical called on Hardy. So apparently that is the case. And Hardy coming out of the game, Peoples going in. Lennox puts it in play. Down the key in a 12-point game, 4:18 to go. Loss tipped to Crusoe by Key. Coyotes put it in play from in front of their own bench, and now you got a technical. And that is going to be charged to Carlos Johnson. And Crusoe going to the line. Crusoe getting her first. That is the third technical called on Albany Tech. Coach with one, Hardy with one, Johnson with one. And the Coyotes again put it in play from the near sideline. Kicked by Little. So Young will do it again, this time to Goodman. Give it a Key. Backs her way in, shot no good. Loose ball, retrieved by Johnson. Up and in with the Carlos Johnson two. Nice feed to Key. A 10-point game with 3:32 to go. Johnson with a miss, tipped out of bounds. Last got Key. So the Titans maintain possession. Lennox and Sanders in, Smalls and Crusoe coming out for the Coyotes. In play to Peoples. Goodman grabbing the rebound. And she will draw the foul on the other end of the floor. Goodman trying to get it inside 10. One more from Goodman. Hits them both. An 8-point contest. Riley a little over. It goes to Johnson. Down low, Peoples with it. Shoots over Key. Key with a rebound. Hands it to Lennox. Goodman misfiring on the three. Peoples grabs it. Johnson to the other end of the floor. Off the window for two. Lob down to Key. Got the bucket, drew the foul, has a chance for three. Key trying to turn it into a 7-point game. Riley out, Johnson in for the Titans. Still a 3-possession game, still 2:22 to go. Into the corner to Johnson. Out front to Johnson. Janiyah to Carlos. Weaves her way, blocked by Sanders, picked up and put in by Tucker. Got a push down low. That'll be on Peoples. And it'll put Key at the line. One more from Key. 1:47 to play, 9-point game. Couple of misses, but rebounded by Lennox. She'll put up the three, drew the foul, and will shoot three. Gotta check that, not a foul, a delay of game warning. So no 3 free throws for Lennox at the line. 1:40 to go. Down it goes to Tucker, swatted away by Key. Lennox lost it, got it back. Over it goes to Young, and now you got a little gibbering going on. And I think a double technical. Well, if it is a double technical, Carlos Johnson was the other involved, which would mean an automatic ejection. So let's see if they did indeed call a foul on both. But again, if it's a double technical, that's the second tech on Johnson, which would mean she's out of the game and would also mean you sit a game, if that is what the officials have called. They could have merely called a foul on both, no technical involved. So the official at the scorer's table straightening things out. And again, we being on the opposite side of the floor won't get an explanation. Well, Coach Mandy Armstrong didn't. Well, now she's been technical. Well, everybody's getting a tech tonight. Now, Mandy Armstrong's gotten one. Well, this one will require shots to be taken. The one on Armstrong. Now, if there were technicals on Johnson and Lennox, Johnson's still on the floor, which would indicate it wasn't a technical, that it was merely a foul. Well, this is a two-shot technical. And it is going to be for the technical called on Mandy Armstrong. Now, if Johnson stays on the floor, then she did not pick up her second technical. Well, there is still a lengthy discussion going on. Riley coming in. Johnson is going off the floor. So Johnson has been ejected from the game based on her second technical. Meanwhile, shooting free throws for the Mandy Armstrong technical is Johnson. Well, and as I mentioned, what it also means is that you got to sit out a game if you're Carlos Johnson. An ejection results in at least a game's suspension. So she would not be available for the first game Friday in Americus at the South Georgia Tech Thanksgiving Classic. We are finally back to the action. 1:04 to play. Screen set by Peoples. Riley. Key might have got a piece of it. Tucker trying to put it up and in. You got a jump ball, and the possession arrow will send us to the other end of the floor. Into the hands of Goodman. Back to Key. Banks it off the glass. Little with it, Young defending. Over to Peoples, and Peoples knocks down the 6-footer. Give it over to Goodman. And the Coyotes have called it an afternoon. Always interesting when these two meet. And apparently they are not going to do the high and low fives based on maybe some frayed temperaments. Last year there was a scuffle that resulted in some ejections. This year, a large number of technicals. Always interesting when the Titans and the Coyotes meet. Well, and now a little verbiage between fan and team, and coach getting the team gathered into the locker room. And we can officially put an end not only to the game, but to the afternoon of basketball. So it is final 77-66. Albany Tech improving to 5-2 on the year. Coastal North will drop to 2-6. What matters for the Coyotes is Monday night. They get into conference play, taking on Enterprise State there at Enterprise. And the next trip back here for the Coyotes happens on the 10th of December when they will take on Pearl River. As it looks like the discussion is continuing over on the other side of the floor. Well, the drama may not be over, but the game is. So why don't we call it quits? Wrap it up and head to the house. By the way, before we leave, let's get you updated on what happened in Bay Minette. Got a final score from there at Coastal South, a 71-46 winner over Delgado. Here, it is a 77-66 Albany Tech win over Coastal North. And there you see they're making changes to the scoreboard on the other side. We're integrated into it, so thus you're seeing a graphic change. So let's call it a night. Thanks for watching for Coastal Alabama. And for JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.